Upon completion of this lesson, the crew member should understand the importance of maintaining good individual and working relationships aboard ship, social responsibilities, employment conditions, individual rights, individual obligations, and the dangers of drugs and alcohol abuse. It is important that you take the first step towards creating good relationships on board. This requires understanding, cooperation, and respect from both sides. Of equal importance is understanding not only what you can expect from others, but also what others expect of you. Relationships between co-workers depend upon maintaining a balance of give and take. If either side feels that they are putting more in than what they are getting back in return, this can lead to an unpleasant working atmosphere, resulting in bad performance and worsening communication. Maintaining good relationships on board a vessel is important. This can be done by contributing to a good working atmosphere, encouraging good efforts and performance, encouraging each other, respecting other people, caring for each other, promoting a cheerful attitude in others around you, being enthusiastic and one of the gang. Good relationships among the crew lead to better work performance and a positive atmosphere among the crew. The crew becomes happier and more satisfied and can contribute to a greater degree, both in work-related issues and social matters. Everybody on board should be aware of his or her employment condition, individual rights and obligations. Remember, good and effective human relations is taking time off to think of others and treating others as one would like oneself to be treated. The way you say something is as important as what you say. Good listening demands active participation and mental involvement. Good humour is one of the best articles of dress we can wear in society. Good communication starts with understanding a standard language. However, we should be aware that when we are in a conversation, more than 2/3 of what we communicate is understood through the tone of our voice and the body language that we use. You should keep in mind how your voice and posture affect the way others understand you. An example of this is the human tendency to perceive someone with a thick, low-toned voice as more authoritative than someone with a thin, high-pitched voice. Body language, such as crossing your arms across your chest, sends a signal that you are in a defensive mood. The way we communicate through body language is often different from culture to culture. In many Asian countries, it is generally impolite to look directly into the eyes of someone you are having a conversation with, whereas the opposite is true in the West. When working with a multinational crew, you should be aware of and sensitive to such cultural differences. The use of alcohol and drugs will affect the safety of both crew and vessel. The use of these substances on board seagoing vessels can and has resulted in collisions, environmental pollution, and accidents, resulting in serious injury or death. In addition, individuals under the influence of drugs or alcohol cause nearly 80% of all criminal violence. Any use or possession of drugs is forbidden, and will in most companies lead to immediate dismissal from the vessel and exclusion from further employment with the company. Flag states, authorities, and the shipping company themselves may carry out unannounced tests on board vessels. In addition, some shipping companies require drug and alcohol tests before embarkation. Some companies practice a very strict drug abuse policy. Any employee may risk unannounced testing. Refusal to participate in such testing will be considered as a positive test result. The company drug abuse policy is described in the Company Quality Manual under Vessel Procedures. Smoking in non-smoking areas can cause explosions and will affect the safety of the crew and vessel. The designated smoking areas on board should be clearly marked. Please observe the smoking regulations on board your vessel.